It started with the LAPD Central Division officer, so that's in the downtown LA area, and then he made his way into Inglewood. So this has been going on for quite a bit. Made his way into Inglewood, never was on the freeway. He stayed on surface streets, and then eventually police actually lost him. He got into LAX's airspace, so they weren't able to continue to track him with the helicopter. Huh? They had no units on him at the time,
Hamas?
so they lost him, but then units were able to re-engage once he came to this Willowbrook
edge of the phone. It appears to his ear to try to see what the individual he's speaking to is saying back to him. So that also, I mean, obviously we're told when we're in our cars, don't talk on your cell phone while you're driving. Certainly don't talk on your cell phone while you're in the middle of a police pursuit on a
long hair, don't
motor cross bike, you know, whipping through traffic. So that's just adding to the danger here for this driver.
Yeah, and, you know, here's, as he's going northbound on Figueroa Street, heading northbound toward downtown, my concern here is that, you know, he could be talking to somebody who's watching our coverage and getting information in real time about where the police might be, what tactics they might employ. We don't know that that's what's happening, but he is, it would appear, communicating or at least listening to someone and trying to get information, we presume, relating to his current position, which is that he's being pursued by the LAPD, who want very much to stop him from doing what he's doing. The belief is, or the report is, that he had a weapon, and they want to ascertain whether, in fact, that happened. Look at that. He just ducked back there, and now he's heading, continuing northbound on Figueroa from Century. Northbound from Century and heading again. He's going to just head toward the USC, you know, the USC area, and then beyond that, it'll be into downtown. There's a lot of traffic this time of day that starts stacking
swerving
up,
left and right, bobbing.
It's a major north-south artery, an alternative to the Harbor Freeway that a lot of people use this time of day when they don't want to spend all their day on the freeway. So he's going to encounter a lot of traffic.
Hit the like button for me, please. Appreciate that.
There's pedestrians. There's cross traffic. This is not a great situation.
And Chris, those black and white patrol vehicles that you mentioned that are kind of keeping up with him on the ground there, where can you see they are? And okay, there we go, zooming out so we can see that they still have eyes on him. He's just a couple blocks, it looks like, ahead of those cruisers as they keep an eye on him on the ground. But again, they're also trying to be mindful of the traffic in this area right now, a little bit after 5 o'clock as rush hour really gets underway.
Yeah, they keep falling back a little bit when it's too dangerous, and then they try and catch up. They're doing a great job staying about a block behind him or so, but as he continues to run through these red lights, he keeps putting a little bit of distance, just like he is right here. No problem going into oncoming lanes of traffic sometimes, just to get around some of these traffic jams, continuing northbound Figueroa, and now stopping for, well, not stopping, but going right through this red light here, despite the cross traffic there, and that's where those units start to fall back. They cannot do what he's doing there in those patrol cars. So they're now a few blocks back once again, and we're now entering LAX's airspace here as he continues to move away from us. You'll see him getting smaller and smaller as he gets further away. We're holding steady right around the 105 freeway at the 110 freeway. He is paralleling the 110 freeway right along Figueroa Avenue, excuse me, and we'll be able to come around.
Let's go, guys.
At some point
motorbike chase tonight. It's been a busy day.
Probably meet him on the other side of the LAX Bravo here. You can see all of those units, though, continuing as they try and catch up once again, but intentionally keeping their distance, as this is in tracking mode, not technically in pursuit mode, but he is continuing this pursuit, refusing to pull over, and I think at some point they're going to have an opportunity if he runs out of fuel here. I just can't imagine that he's going to get too far here. At some point, this ride is going to end, and they have continued to keep the pressure on him because of the nature of the crime. I think it's a little bit more than just a man with a gun, although that was the initial call. I think they are dealing with some more intelligence, although that is just speculation on my part, based on some of the tactics they're using here and the amount of units they're dedicating to this pursuit. A little bit unusual, especially for a motorcycle. These motorcycles can be very squirrely. They're very hard to pursue, especially during rush hour conditions like we're seeing here in South LA. To dedicate that many units and to keep the pressure on as long as they have. This has been going on for upwards of a half hour, maybe even 40 minutes or so, and they're not making any effort to pull back whatsoever. They are trying at all costs to keep up with him as he now, I think, makes that right turn back underneath the 110 freeway.
All right, eastbound on Florence is what we're hearing from Figueroa. And I believe the video we're looking at on the right is video from earlier. This shows the extent he was going to when he was in some of these neighborhoods to try to get away from police. He was moving pretty fast. Now he's going northbound on Graham, so we should see him pop out a little bit on the video on your left, on the screen on your left. And we apologize for the width of the shot. We're trying to reacquire him. We had to obey the FAA rules regarding getting into LAX airspace, so we had to back off and then go around, head east, and then northbound as he did. So we are doing that in Air 7 while we're trying to reacquire this individual that the LAPD is also trying to get back a hold of, at least visually. We don't know if their helicopter is still over him and able to track.
Texas.
But this is a difficult thing, and especially with a motorcycle. Oh, looks like you found him.
First signs of getting onto the freeway
on
here.
Day 12
He is
of the
now
manhunt.
northbound
Two
on the
escaped
110
inmates are
freeway
still on the run
through this
after
rush
a
hour.
daring escape from a New Orleans jail nearly 2.
Sorry about that.
Now, so we'll see how
we got him back on the highway,
here as he drives,
speeding, hauling ass.
Pretty moderate traffic, I would say, on the northbound side of the 110 freeway. That'll give LAPD, though, plenty of opportunity to get onto the freeway with him, and they were positioned to do that. They'll probably be popping into the shot here at any moment. California Highway Patrol also tracking this pursuit. This is now on the freeway, so that is part of the course here, par for the course, I should say. And he is now splitting those lanes, probably going to put a little more distance as those units close in on him as he passes Vernon Avenue.
Yeah, does it appear that he's going a bit faster now? From our vantage point, maybe it looks like it.
Not really. He's kind of going with the traffic here, and it's a little bit of an optical illusion, too. As we approach him, you'll start to get a better idea of his speed, but we're kind of directly behind him, shooting from a distance. A little bit hard to tell. He's probably doing right around the speed limit with the rest of the traffic here. Northbound through Vernon, northbound 110 freeway. We'll see if he picks up any speed here. Of course, the more speed he picks up, the more fuel he's going to exhaust here, and that'll only limit his ride even further here. But he is picking up a little bit of steam now, pulling over to the right lane, might even be thinking about getting off the freeway.
We're live. Police chase, motorcycle, live on
Let's talk for a second about what tactics they can employ here against a motorcycle. They can't really
get some more people in here. 1,500 people. Let's go.
Right? Or I guess they could. If they could make sure that he would run over it, but they can't use a pit maneuver against him because that could be considered almost lethal force.
Let's do a pit. Why not, man?
So what in terms of the tactics that the pursuing officers can employ, they're kind of limited.
No, those tactics are all off of the table with a motorcycle. Yet another reason why these motorcycle pursuits, or in this case a dirt bike, are so precarious, because you really are limited in terms of the options that law enforcement has at their disposal. The best they could hope for is that he boxes himself in, and by being in the right position, they could be ready for the termination of the pursuit. But unless that happens, he's going to be able to weave through traffic. He's going to be able to split lanes. He's going to be able to put space between them, and they really don't have much that they could do unless he poses
looks like a ninja
danger to them. And then, of course, they have more force that they can employ in that event. In the event that he was to pose a threat to officers, that would change the game quite a bit. But other than that, it's really a game of watching him, especially with the luxury of that air support up above, able to track his each and every move from the sky, relaying his location to those ground units, and then
he got a sword on his back, no?
To end this safely and resolve it by taking him into custody, hopefully as peacefully as possible. But with a man who is believed to be armed, again, all bets are off, and we can only hope that his intentions are to just end this as peacefully as possible. Hopefully he doesn't even think about pulling out that weapon.
Yeah, and it looks like traffic slowing down right now in this area, but the advantage for this individual on this motorbike is that he, can weave in and out of traffic. So when the cars are kind of stopped and backed up on the freeway there, that doesn't necessarily impact him as much.
Maybe getting off here. Looks like he is showing signs. You're right. We're in the thick of rush hour now as we make our way squarely into the downtown area, transitioning, I think, onto the 10 freeway, taking I believe that's going to be the eastbound transition from the 110 freeway to the 10. We'll see if that's correct. No, I think he's taking the westbound. Is that going to put him on the westbound, Rob? I think it's going to be onto the 10 freeway here. Here's the split. And
Boy,
where'd he go?
Squeezing right behind that truck. There he is.
Oh.
Behind the truck. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting off the freeway altogether. Getting off the freeway altogether at Cherry Street. Picking up a little bit of speed here. We'll see if those units can get off with him, but he has now put some serious distance between himself and those pursuing officers. We counted about a half a dozen units that were able to make their way onto the freeway with him, but again, he's been able to really put a lot of distance in between them, but hopefully they'll be able to catch up here as he passes the convention center, now coming out onto, he's on Pico, coming up on, I believe that's going to be Figueroa, making the left northbound turn onto Fig. And this is going to be the classic move, right, guys? Right in the middle of downtown LA. And unless
here
they
we go.
keep eyes on him,
I think all these
there are
bikers
just
know how
too
they get away.
many hiding spots with a vehicle, any vehicle, let alone
it's
a
camera? You
motorcycle,
think it's a camera?
where there are just so many parking garages, so many tall buildings. Even for that helicopter, it's about to get a lot trickier to maintain a visual of him. As you can see, we are able to keep that that line of sight clear, but if he starts to, starts to zigzag through these buildings, it's going to be a whole different ball game. I would not be surprised to see him dump this bike by any means.
Yeah, what's interesting, I'm wondering if there's any significance at all to this insignia that we're seeing on this, on what he's wearing, on the jacket, on the black jacket, the black pants, whether that has some meaning or not. And I'm very curious about that device that is in the backpack that is that may be one of those 360-degree cameras as described by one of our technicians here at ABC7. So I'm just curious about what exactly is going on here and why this person allegedly had a gun and at least made that evident to someone who felt unsure enough about it to call the police and to be concerned about the possession of that weapon. So there are a lot of questions that need to be answered here. We may not get him if he ends up dumping this bike and getting away from the police. We may not know what's going on in this person's mind, what this was, whether it was a stunt or whether it's something far more sinister. We just don't know yet. And but we do know, I think, is that he's in a position where he can get away from the pursuers if he wants. He certainly, if he wants to aggressively try to get away from the pursuing officers, he can. There's lots of places he's already passed that he could duck into or look like he's ducking into and go somewhere else. So it's curious right now. He's going straight northbound, still on Figueroa, is that correct?
Northbound Figueroa, he's kind of passing through the downtown area. He may come out on the north side, maybe even hit the 101 freeway here. He is splitting those lanes, putting real distance between him and any of those LAPD units, but he's navigating this traffic really well that is at a standstill at these various intersections.
His phone. He got his phone out.
Using every ounce of pavement at his disposal, making a right turn here, possibly onto 3rd Street or just going around traffic on Fig and continuing, it looks like continuing northbound Fig. Northbound Fig, now on the north side of downtown LA. Thankfully, that air support helicopter able to maintain a visual, still following him from above and devoting still all of those ground resources to trying to catch up with him. So they are not letting up on him, but he is underneath that tunnel, a notorious spot for pursuits to end. We'll see if he comes out the other side or not. He may or may not. This is just an iconic spot where he may very well be gone with the wind. We'll see where he comes out here. It's always a little bit tricky as we make our way through downtown LA.
Yeah, and just based on how we saw him moving through downtown Los Angeles, I mean, it certainly looked as if he is familiar enough with this area to kind of know what turn to take versus what turn maybe would not work in his favor. Would you agree, Chris?
I missed that, Michelle. One more time.
I just was mentioning that based off of the behavior that we saw from him in downtown Los Angeles in terms of the turns he was taking or not taking, it seemed as if he was relatively familiar with the area and knew how to kind of maneuver his way as best possible to avoid authorities.
Well, I think it's fair to say we're in the area, in the general part of town where this started. I don't know exactly where they picked it up, but it does seem that after he left downtown, made his way all the way down to the 105, not a close distance, and now all the way back up into this general area, it seems like it is an area he may be more comfortable with. It's a little bit hard to say. He seems, by my eye, to kind of be making these turns up as he goes along. These appear to be mostly random turns. I think he is creating content with that.
I think he's creating content. They're saying now it's a 360 camera. People believe that's what it is. He's purposely covering himself up completely. And there's been I feel like there's been a spike of these people on motorcycles because they're getting away with it. They're not being caught.
360 cameras, if not
that's gonna make some crazy ass content, but they probably might catch him.
He was using that. At one point, he actually had it in his hand. It wasn't just hanging off the tail. He actually had it in his hand and was waving it around as he was shooting with it, and then he put it back and was using his cell phone at various points.
Bites the dust.
He appeared to be talking into the speakerphone, communicating with somebody, and now he just seems to be focused on hiding out as he has now made his way into downtown LA and is somewhere in these tunnels as they try and pick this up once again right underneath the road.
All right. Well, we're going to leave you on station there.
There you
We're
go.
going to
They
pick this
did
up if the pursuit continues, if there's some sighting, if there's a development here that we can track. And rather than stay static over these buildings where we can't see much of anything, we're going to come back to this as needed if something new develops.
And another one,
still very much
another one,
interested in this.
another one
we will
bites
come
the
back to
dust.
you. In the meantime, there's other news to cover.
That's certainly right. An LA ordinance banning homeless encampments.
Yeah, to me, this guy was clearly going for a joyride. Let me see if there's any other stations. Well, we got the helicopter here. To me, there's been a couple of motorcycle chases that we've seen and covered lately. I wouldn't be surprised if they all know each other, and I think they know it's easy for them to get away. There was one guy that wasn't even good. Like, I think Stu was saying he doesn't think the guy's really skilled, and he maneuvered and got away from the cops. They drive around, they're going all over the place, they're trolling the cops, and then they hit the downtown LA area. Because the motorcycles that we've seen, they haven't had plates on them. I don't know about this one, but the recent ones we've covered, they haven't had plates. Another one, another one. Oh, Fox is up now. Fox, I see you pimping, but they're not showing anything. But they started 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, reminding our viewers, you are watching some footage from earlier when this rider was on the freeway. This is what they're looking for, who they're looking for, that blue bike, that dirt bike there that's been just flying down the freeway there, in and out of traffic, and now is on these surface streets.
I already covered it, Robina.
CT
Mall shooting, I covered it.
Area, where we're trying to track
check out the ikidmel.com.
And I think that you
check out all the videos
very
I covered.
Point, why they want this rider so badly. You talked about person armed with a gun. What happened that they feel like they need to really stay with this? All right, we are going to keep an eye on this with our assignment team, but move on to some other news for you right now as we continue to bring you the day.
They cut it. You got to cut it. I wonder if that guy's live somewhere. The guy on the bike? Is he on TikTok or something? Let me check. And another one, no, another one bites the dust. Hey. Tick tock, don't stop. Oh. What we got here? What the hell? This chick over here twerking. What kind of shit is this? This is not the chase. Oh, they cut off all the feeds. Let's see. Police. Let me see. Anything? Are we done? It's a dud. Se acabó. Se acabó. Let me see if there's anything. I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like some type of biker gang and this is what they're doing. Let me see. Oh, yeah, they called it. Live Police Chase Channel called it. Damn, pimpin'. The evangelicals were pissed off. The LGBTQ people were pissed off. They were having this massive protest. Everybody's mad at the mayor. All this shit happened over there in Seattle. They're going to start another Chaz. Man charged for killing a man with a brick. And a cat rescued. What the hell? I guess that's it for now. Sorry, guys, man. Sorry. I'm not surprised, though, because this is what I've been seeing happening lately with the motorcycle chases. Seriously, they've just been disappearing. All right, make sure you guys sign up to the mailing list. I don't think I have any notifications. I don't think people are signing up anymore, are they? Let's see. Sign up. Or just subscribe and turn on all notifications, even though maybe you'll just see me when I'm online. Thank you for everybody hitting me up about the chase, because I was so caught up. If you didn't see that last stream, I was so caught up reading that shit. Yo, the war going on in Seattle that nobody knows about. Okay, 889. Sign up to the contact list. Sign up, aikenmail.com. Alert sign up. Seattle War. Start another Chaz, man. Have those people make another Chaz out there. That shit was entertaining for me. Let them start another Chaz out there. We got 889. Start another Chaz. Burn the city down. 890. Thank you. Burn it down. I'll just cover the list, I guess. Let's see what else. What else they got? Hi guys, I want you to buy my product. See what I'm wearing? What is this? Boo boo. TikTok. Let's see what we got. 890. Anybody else want to sign up? Yeah, fuck you, Mel. Oh, I got time for that, man. Where's the creator thing here? I gotta take my ass a shower. Take a shower, relax, put on some drink some magnesium, soothe out, relax for the day, see what tomorrow brings. For you all. Dark. Yeah, hip hop. And you're just a pair of lips that I've lost. That's a dope song. $892. Okay, we got some people. Maybe we get 900 and we get off. That's actually a dope song. I should make like an intro with that. But then it kind of turns a little. No. Oh, that's just gangster right there. Oh, we're riding out to that. I bumped it in the system. Oh, El Secreto. That's what it's called. El Secreto. The secret. Thank you, Cinder. That was my girl streaming. Will come out tomorrow. You're right, Miguel. That'd be crazy. Purple setup? Wasn't it green? Purple? Let me drop the link in the chat. 900! Hey! Alright, thank you guys. Yay! Okay, that was cool. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Thank you. Brittany. Oh, thank you so much. What else is there? Sounds kind of cool. Nothing for it. I'll press this one for it.
Be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty. I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity for everyone. Invest in my name, check no restraints. I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic.
All right, I guess that's it. Try to get all the energy out and go take a shower. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that, man. We got this to 900, 904. Thank you so much for the signups. Appreciate that. All right, I guess I'm gonna get off for now. Go take a shower, kind of cool down, and I'll see you in 15 minutes for the next breaking thing. All right. All right. Love you guys. Bye. See you later. Twitter, don't clip this. Twitter, I know they're going to clip it. X. Hug Dealer, how you doing? I hope you're good. Hug Dealer. Thanks for the sub, man. Thank you.